Alright, so in my last few videos we modeled this character and we rigged the character. Today I'm going to start working on the textures. And the first thing we have to do is create a UV Unwrap. First we mark seams so that Blender knows where to cut our model up into pieces and lay it out flat. So to mark the seams in Blender, what I do is I select certain edges that I want to be seams, and then I just mark them as seams. There's a menu item for that. And they display in red so that you can tell which parts of the model are seams, which parts you've already marked. Sometimes it takes a few tries. I'm thinking about which parts of the model are going to have different textures than other parts, and that's where I mark the seams. To separate different parts of the model that have different textures. When I'm done selecting my seams, I just go to the UV menu and select Unwrap. Alright, that looks good enough. You can see that the quads are separated in these little chunks. These are the chunks that I separated using my seams. These chunks are called islands. And to test whether the islands are looking good, I'm going to start by just coloring each one a different color and seeing what that looks like when I apply it to the model. Okay, I've exported the UV map as an image file from Blender, and I have it open in Photo Paint, and I'm just going to color the different islands, and I can already kind of tell what they are just by looking at them. Like, this is the jacket and the sleeve of the jacket. I'm going to color those dark green. Then this purple part is part of the interior lining of his jacket. Those are the pant legs. I'm going to color those brown. His face, I'm going to color it pale green because he's not a healthy boy. Those are the shoes at the bottom in a different shade of brown. Alright, now let's import our texture into Unity and see what it looks like. And it looks like the islands are correct, but there's something about this color scheme that I don't like. I can't quite put my finger on it. Let's just fix that up a little bit, and there we go. Now I'm going to go over to textures.com and try to find some nice fabric textures. We've already picked out our colors, so I'm just going to turn the texture to grayscale and just blend it in. Blend it into the color that we already have. So I paste this wool texture over the jacket, and then I just blend it in. So it's essentially the same color that I selected earlier. But now it has that little bit of fabric texture over it so that it looks fabric-y. Then I can add some details to the costume, like this jacket collar. And that looks pretty good. Now we need to add some detail to the face, and for that I'm going to go back to the concept art. Now, this is just a rough sketch, but the nice thing about being a freeware developer is that your rough sketch can also be your final draft. So, I'm actually going to copy and paste this little eye here. And this other eye. Now I'm going to paste them onto an image file and make the white parts transparent. And we just stick them on there. Alright. Now in Unity we add a animator onto his head so that no matter where the player goes, Mr. Kelloglius can look down and glower derisively on our player's face. And there we have it. Mr. Kelloglius, the strange gentleman who lives in this creepy mansion.